We have seen breakups countless times in movies, in TV shows, in our friends and our close loved ones. We watch people break down in front of us, but when it happens to us, we feel lost, we feel broken, we're left feeling alone. And we all know that breakups suck, so why are we so thrown off when they hurt so much? And if this is you right now, I want to share with you why I think breakups hurt so badly, because I have the answer. So, let's talk about it. I want to break this video down into 3 parts. 1, our assumption, and how we usually know it's going to happen. 2, how the breakup was said. 3, starting over again. Hi, my name is Joey Kinney. I make videos on self-growth. This is a new channel that I started over, and it would mean the world to me if you could click like or hit subscribe and stick around, because that's not what your ex did. Was that too soon? So part 1, our assumption. I know a lot of people say that their breakup came out of nowhere, but that's where I call bull. There was no way that you had no idea that this was gonna happen. You knew, or you had a hunch. And if you didn't know, then I think that speaks volumes about the relationship that you had. And I think it's completely okay to be hurt when you get your heart broken, even if you did have a hunch. I don't think it's necessarily gonna hurt any less. But when you say that it came out of nowhere, it's somewhat you saying that you weren't fully focused in the relationship. And that's normally because the relationship was getting stale. It feels so exciting to find someone new, to be intimate, to be physical. But ultimately the goal of life and finding someone to love is to be boring. It's to do the mundane things and be okay doing them with somebody else by your side. To have someone by your side to enjoy living life. That's it. It's not always going to be exciting. We need to be reminded that being bored is a form of relaxation and comfort. You see, it's not always about just scrolling on this phone, or always having a Netflix show to watch, or always having something to do, or always feeling at the top loved of your relationship. You should be loved, but you shouldn't need to be showered every moment. And so I think we kind of got addicted to the chaos a little bit. But back to my hunch, I think you knew. I think you knew you were going to get broken up with. You knew something was up. The lack of communication was getting loud. The love and affection was coming sparse. And you feeling unloved was something that you ignored because you thought that you were the problem. So I think it hurt so much because deep down you knew. You were already too broken to try and solve it. So getting your heart broken was the thing that shattered you. That's why it hurt so much.
Stop loving me!
I can't!
And I'm not saying this to try and hurt you. I'm saying this because I don't think you were dumb. I don't think you're tone deaf. You deserve to admit to yourself that you weren't being loved. 2, how the breakup was said. When we look at TV shows and movies, they are famously known for their quotes, especially in rom-coms. Trying to get that clip of that perfect line that's gonna pull everyone's heartstrings, but I hate to say it, your hunk of a boyfriend or your high school sweetheart girlfriend is not a famous actor.
I want all of you, forever, you and me, every day.
The lines that they try to deliver are beyond questionable, and people have nerves. They get in the way of things. And what they plan on saying usually comes out in a different way. I went on my Threads account and I asked you, what's the most painful thing that somebody said to you during a breakup? I am not as invested in you as you are in me. You are not my dream girl. You'll find someone better. You wonder why you have no friends. People can't tolerate you. Damn. I think I just saw the worst one. Do you want to meet my new BF? Oh my gosh. Do people actually have the audacity to do that? That's awful. Okay, I think some of those were a little bit more intentional than I thought. But at the same time, that's kind of what happens, right? We feel that we need to be more harsh, especially when a breakup or saying something doesn't really go our way. We kind of go back on our words. It's like when we're trying to lie to our mother when we were younger and we just double down, even though it's not true. Like we feel bad. And I think that's kind of the same situation. Maybe not the one where they want to meet their new BF, but you get it. And so while these things that are said could be something awful, I don't think they replace the fact that they once loved you. And the woke people today will tell you that you shouldn't care about them, screw them, leave them in the past. Of course, that's easier said than done, but the reality is that they loved you, you loved them at one point. That's something that you need to accept in order to move on. And I'm here to remind you that you're allowed to feel bad for losing someone that you loved. And now, part 3, starting over. It's not that they're gone, it's that you're alone. You know, it's hard to accept, but it finally happened. And I think it's a good thing. It's good because you've been trying to change to fit into someone else's life. When it's time that you change for you. When we fall in love with people, we often fall into love. And what I mean by that is that we lose ourselves in them. We become them. We like the same things. Our favorite foods become the same. We go to the same movies. You become one. And it's tough, right? Because people will tell you that that's the goal. That's not the goal. That's not it. That's not it. Here's the secret. That's not the goal. You want to become a unit in life, but a unit as individuals. You still want to be able to grow together. In 2019, research claimed that 20% of people felt trapped in their relationships. And I think it has to do with wanting to start over and reinvent ourselves, and doing it every now and again. And I feel like I do that almost daily. I'm constantly want to rearrange furniture, try new things, change up my life, try new habits, or try new challenges because I just feel stuck in my life. And to have a partner that's not just gonna say, oh no, you're perfect the way you are, but having a partner says, I'm right here with you. I'm here if you need me. That's what we need. But to do that, we need to find people that want to grow with us. And more importantly, be involved in their own aspect of changing and evolving and growing as an individual for themselves. Not for us, but for them. When we meet people and we fall in love with them, the reason why we fall in love with them is because of who they are, their passion for the things that they love. And more often than not, when we get into relationships, people lose who they are because it's easy. You have someone to take care of you. So starting over is scary, but picture this. You're standing alone in a field of grass with the wind blowing and you can hear the birds chirping. Or you're stuck in an elevator. The lights go out, no one is answering, no one is there to help you, no one is with you, and now you have to establish your pee corner. You tell me which one you're picking. Okay, I got one more thing to say. Breakups are never easy, and they're never supposed to be. They challenge us to face things that we've been avoiding, and mainly because we lost ourselves in them. Our feelings, our fears, and more importantly, ourselves. But there's a funny thing about starting over. It's not just about everything that you're losing, but it's about everything that you're about to gain. When you step out there into that field of grass with the wind blowing, the birds chirping, you're standing in the beginning of something new. A chance to rediscover yourself, and not just as the other half of a relationship, but as a whole person. And it's scary, but it's also freeing. So let yourself grieve, let yourself feel, but don't let this breakup define you. Let it be a thing that reminds you of your worth and pushes you to grow. Because the moment that you stop trying to fit into someone else's life, it's the moment that you start building your own. So stay you, stay strong, and remember, this is just the beginning. I'll see you next time.